It's been 4 years. I have a new haircut. I have a new name. I have new pronouns. This won't be confusing at all. Hey, fellow book lovers of the internet. It is Wednesday, and wow, the time sure does fly, huh? There's a lot of reasons that I stopped uploading for a good while, and if you are at all interested, I'll put the videos that I made about it on my main channel in the cards up here, and you can watch that if you would like. But the main thing that you need to know is, hi, I'm Cecil. My pronouns will be in the description box. We'll leave it at that. I won't bore you with too much of the details. I am still writing. I have still been writing. I just haven't really had the energy to put into YouTube. I've been slowly coming back to my channels over the last year, and this one was the next stop on my list. So here we are, and I don't know if it'll be weekly. It'll probably be like twice a month to start, but I'm looking forward to being back. This is something that I wanted to film back in 2019, if my one note is to be believed. So I am having trouble actually finding the original AuthorTube Christmas Tag, but I will link the blog post that I got it from, and they link the YouTuber who I believe came up with it, but I could not find their original video with it. The book that I am basing my answers on is the same book that I've been working on for the past many years at this point. I'm on my fourth draft of it, I want to say. Fourth or fifth, somewhere around there. And the three character names that you will hear coming up are number one, Heather, my main character, my protagonist. She is the narrator of the book. Any questions that are specifically main character, that'll be a Heather question. Number two is Aaron. He's my deuteragonist, my secondary main character. He is the character who is there with Heather pretty much the entire time. Number three is Jocelyn. She is Heather's best friend in the book, and she is an important supporting character. I don't know really how to explain her role in the novel at this point in time because it's a little complicated. But, anyways. So those are the names that you're going to be hearing as I answer the questions. Which gets us into the questions. What would your main character's favorite Christmas song be? Heather is very into punk rock, indie, alternative music, so I think that she would probably really like My Chemical Romance's cover of All I Want for Christmas Is You, because I mean, it's just a fun cover. I like it. I think that if she's heard Mayday Parade's I'm With You, though, I think that would also be pretty high up on her list. Pick one of your characters. What would be on their Christmas wish list? For this one, I chose Jocelyn because I think that her Christmas list every year would pretty much just be different stationery things. Cool pens, different types of washi tape, pretty paper, and it would be every single year because she uses all of them by the time that Christmas rolls around again. She's the sort of person who loves to bullet journal and like send physical letters to people. Which one of your characters as an adult would still believe in Santa? This is probably supposed to be a silly question, but my answer is kind of sad given the context of my book. The answer would have to be Aaron because he's been trapped in a parallel universe since he was 8 years old. Who would have told him? It's been 10 years. Who would have told him? Would your main character drink eggnog? And if not, what would their go-to Christmas drink be? I think that Heather is anti-eggnog consistency, but pro-eggnog flavor. So she tends to drink the non-dairy versions because those don't have like that mucusy texture, but they still have the fun taste. Out of all of your characters, who would be the best gift giver? Absolutely Jocelyn. She just is very good at giving practical and fun gifts that she knows her friends want and need. Your main character got a gift that they hated. What would they do? Heather has the big anxiety. I think that she would be way too guilty to re-gift it or throw it away or anything right away. So she would give it a year, and she would think, okay, if I can find a way to use this within the next year, then it's not actually that bad of a gift. And if at the end of that year she can't, then she will regift it, donate it to charity, or if it is absolute junk, toss it. Does your main character sleep in on Christmas or wake up early with excitement? Heather's sleeping in. She stays up way too late to wake up also early. She's probably falling asleep close to 3 or 4 a.m. There is no way that she's waking up at 6 a.m. for gifts. No gift is worth her sleep. What would your main character's favorite part of the holidays be? For Heather, it would have to be getting to just be cozy in blankets, inside, in her room, by herself, in gremlin mode, only having to leave for the food and bathroom. Just enjoying those moments of solace before she has to go and see family. Your main character and their love interest step under a mistletoe. What happens? So Heather actually has 2 love interests, spoiler alert, but I don't really think that anything would happen for either of them for pretty much the majority of the book. I think that she would not even really notice. I don't think either of them would really notice. It would probably just kind of be a thing. I could just be an autistic person who doesn't understand the thing about kissing under mistletoe, but that's neither here nor there. However, I do think that by the very end of the book, she would definitely just plant one on either of them because of just her growth in her relationships and her personal character. Which of your characters would you find in the kitchen baking Christmas treats? And the answer is all of them. They all kind of bring different recipes to the table, so I think that they would all just have their own special thing that they would bring in. Different kinds of cookies and cupcakes and cakes, and I feel like Jocelyn is capable of making a surprisingly tasty fruitcake. Like, they've all got something to bring to the table, and all of them love to bake and cook and all of that stuff and explore with flavors and whatnot. So all of them. Lastly, a question for the author. What are some of your favorite books to read during the holidays? This is a hard question to answer because I have OCD, and for some reason, that means that I am physically incapable of reading seasonal books when it is not seasonal time. But because I'm usually doing 500 things this time of year, I don't really have the time to commit to a seasonal novel. So I've tried reading a book and it usually ends up like I read a couple chapters every year and eventually I just forget what's going on and I can never really get invested in the story. I do, however, love to read one-shot fan fictions of my favorite characters in cozy, wintry situations. That's my festive reading. I think that's valid. It's like snuggling up in a blanket with a nice cup of cocoa and your favorite blorbos. And that is the AuthorTube Christmas tag. I don't have anybody to tag because I have not been here in so long and don't really have any AuthorTube friends. But hey, if you would like to be AuthorTube friends, let me know in the comments. Let's do the friendship. Thank you guys for anyone who is still subscribed to me after all this time. It's really good to be back. It's really good to see you guys again, and I look forward to seeing you towards the end of this month with a writing vlog, I hope.